Hey everyone, it's Russell. Today, I got another book review for you guys today, and this time it's going to be a Fear Street book review video for you guys. This is my very first R.L. Stine Fear Street book review video that I'm going to be doing for you guys today on my channel, ever. So, yeah, big thumbs up for that. But anyways, this book is, I forget the number of this book in the original series of 52 books. That original Fear Street book series. But anyways, this is the Prom Queen. Yeah, this is a reprint. I kind of find it worse. I think it's done a lot worse than the original cover art, which, I don't know, maybe I get a copy of that. Maybe I get a copy of the book someday with that original cover art on it. Cover art on it. Excuse me, I cannot talk today. But anyways, the Prom Queen. Yeah, this reprint cover art's just kind of okay. I don't hate it, but I certainly don't love it. Yeah, the Prom Queen. If I remember right, I think this was one of the first few, maybe 3 or 4 Fear Street books that I've ever read. It's definitely been one of the first ones that I ever bought and read. I actually also got this copy in a St. George bookstore that I got a few of my other Goosebumps books from in that same bookstore in St. George. But yeah, the Prom Queen. I got a lot of thoughts about this book. So let's go ahead and start without any further ado. So yeah, Fear Street Prom Queen. This book was just kind of, might be hard to say this, but it was just kind of okay for me. It was just kind of a bit of a below average book for me. It's not quite a middle of the road book for me, and it's certainly not one of my favorite Fear Street books ever that I've read. It's probably one of my almost least favorite Fear Street books that I've ever read. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I didn't really like this one as much as I'd ever thought I would. It's just, most parts in this book just drag along so much, and it really gets irritating and boring, for me at least. And yeah, this book just didn't have anything going for it, honestly, in my opinion. It didn't have a lot in it at all. The mystery was kind of really weak, actually. Most of the book is kind of just like gossiping about, like, oh, who's the killer in this book, and that's pretty much it. It's just so irritating, and I kept thinking, like, when is the real action stuff gonna start to happen? And then, once I started reading later into the book, where I thought more of the action stuff was going to happen, it just didn't at all. And that really bugged me, The ending, okay, without spoilers, I'm just going to say the ending kind of sucked, too. I kind of liked the ending, though, the choice of it, sort of, but it wasn't unique in any way or anything like that. It was just very bland, and it felt like there was absolutely almost no effort put in by R.L. Stine for that ending. I wanted a much better twist ending than the one in this book. Yeah, we just didn't get it this time. Yeah, what else? I'm just gonna start talking the plot and premise of this book now. So basically, you have the main character, lead character, teen girl in this book, whatever, named Lizzie McVeigh. Well, her real name is Elizabeth, but she just goes by Lizzie McVeigh. And I actually liked Lizzie as a character. She wasn't really much of a typical Fear Street character, but she was just kind of okay in a lot of ways. And then you have 4 other girls, plus her, that are all going to want to be prom queen. They're all voting to be prom queen. They're all prom queen candidates. I think I said that wrong. Whatever. And I forget, I think one of the girls was named Rachel. Yeah, Rachel. The other one was named Simone. I can't remember the other two. Oh, the other one's Dawn, and I can't remember the last one. Um, yeah, but there's four other girls. Dawn is basically Lizzie McVeigh's closest friend, and I think Simone is kind of just the biggest rival in this group of girls. She's just not really a big friend to Lizzie at all. She's just always being a rival, a big rival actually, and just always wanting to do anything she can to be prom queen. But unlike Dawn, which is Lizzie's closest friend, but she is also pretty competitive in this book. I will tell you that right now, despite being a really close friend to Lizzie. And I did not think the setup was very good either. I know. It just like the ending, it wasn't the best setup that could have ever been done in a Fear Street book by R.L. Stein. It just felt like there wasn't any effort put into it at all. Yeah. It's just the middle of the book that just I really did not like the most. I'm not gonna say hate. I didn't hate really anything in this book. I just didn't like it. I'm just gonna put it that way. Not hate, just didn't like. So yeah. So you have those 5 candidates, and yeah, they're all wanting to be prom queen. And then the accidents start to happen. Number one, Simone, she just mysteriously vanishes. Like, right in her room, I think. No, I don't remember if it was in her room or not, or if it was in somewhere else. It might have been actually in the school. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read this book. Actually, a long time. But I wanted to get this review out of the way, because I have, like, a few other 2 or 3, maybe more upcoming Fear Street book reviews coming soon. I just wanted to get this book review out of the way pretty quickly. But yeah, Simone just mysteriously vanishes for some arbitrary reason. Nobody knows what happened to her. And, the police are already trying to investigate. There's like, at one point, when I think, if I remember, I may be wrong on this, but I think one point in the book, Lizzie, when she was investigating Simone's room, there was a big big puddle of blood on her carpet in her room. Yeah, I think Simone may have disappeared in this book right after a dinner date, something, at like a local restaurant or something. I may reread this book again, but I'll probably have to, just to remember more about it. And maybe I'll do an updated review video after this video, as an updated video, but maybe not. So yeah, Simone disappears, a big puddle of bright red blood, and that was kind of actually a pretty gory scene in the book. This book just has a pretty high body count in it. It may not be the highest body count that you'd ever want in a Fear Street book, but I think 2 or 3 girls actually got killed in this book. So yeah, Rachel, I think she also got killed. I can't remember how she got killed, but I think she also got killed by this mysterious killer right after the day Simone disappeared. And it's been like a couple weeks of searching for both of them, mostly Simone, and they could not find Simone. Yeah, and then basically after that, I think accidents start happening to Dawn. At one point, I think they're like rehearsing in the school's auditorium, and then a sandbag coming up from somewhere on the roof, I think, actually falls down on the ground and nearly kills Dawn. And that was a pretty high stakes scene in this book that I actually kind of liked. And it was really close to hitting her. But Yeah, I just, this book was pretty disturbing, honestly. Especially with the Thai body count, and even the accidents in this book. Most of them are like so close to being killing accidents or killer accidents. Oh boy, yeah, that was pretty disturbing, this book. But yeah, after what happens to Dawn, I think also before that in like this movie theater when she's like in the bathroom or something, or after she gets out of the bathroom maybe, and she's just walking, she gets like hit by a masked. Ugh, I cannot talk today, guys. My apologies. So I think she gets punched or hit, whatever, by a masked. There we go. Black suited guy, man, whatever, bandit that they think, that the police think is the actual killer. And that's what I actually thought too. And it turns out it was the actual killer in this book that, you know, nearly killed Dawn, killed Rachel. But I'm not going to tell you any more of this book because I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, it's basically all I have to say about Prom Queen. It's a great, well, what am I saying? It's just kind of a pretty solid, not great. I was going to say great, but I'm just going to put it this way, a pretty solid-ish book. Kind of a below average book to me. It's just not one of my favorite Fear Street books that I've read. It's just very, very boring until the ending. The beginning, towards the middle-ish, where like all the accidents and killings start to happen, that part of the book plus the ending of the book were probably my favorite parts of the book. And the middle, the complete middle, was just so boring, so dragged along. But yeah, as I said, the killer reveal was just not super interesting, but I actually kind of thought, that's actually kind of cool, but not interesting in any ways. So yeah, when it comes to Fear Street Prom Queen by R.L. Stine, maybe I'd give this one 2.5, maybe 3 out of 5 stars. It was kind of a decent book, you know. But I just didn't love it. A lot of people may find that offensive because that book is probably one of the best, most fan favorite books in the whole run series. But it's just not one of my favorites. But anyways, guys, that wraps up my book review today. So stay tuned for my other videos. Subscribe down below, comment down below, and I'll see you again in my next videos. Take care.